pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I am ready, Tori.
I'm set too, Tori.
I'm ready.
Okay, pending issues, November 12th, 2024, volume 112, page 319, minutes from November 7th.
So moved.
Second.
Roger,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Fred,
Yes.
page 320, reallocation.
So moved.
Second.
Fred,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
page 321, release of funds.
So moved.
Second.
Fred,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
page 322, additional appropriation.
So moved.
Second.
Tim,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
Fred,
Yes.
page 323, resignation of O. Somich from JFS.
So moved.
Second.
Fred,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Roger.
Yes.
I have a Corsa question at the bottom. We have to send in our Corsa renewal this week, so there's just a few, questions that Chelsea at FLR has been sending through that she has needing to fill in some blanks.
I think the ticket booths are structured and they should be treated like all the other structures out there, so they should probably be added to the insurance. And Judy out in the office should be able to give you what it costs to have those built.
Yeah, cause they were a donation, is what Chelsea was saying, that's why,
Okay, so they'd still have a value.
right.
They're not permanent? They're permanent.
I think they're on skids.
They're hooked in electric.
Yes, they got electric too.
Semi-permanent.
Yeah. I'd get a hold of Judy and see if she can find a value for those.
She might be best bet.
Yeah.
Is she in the office?
Wednesday and Fridays, I believe.
Okay.
Tori, do you have an extra copy of the agenda?
I can make you one, just give me a second.
Sounds good. Thank you.
side first? Maybe just stack them all the material for the north side.
Good morning, Cindy. It's Roger from over the Commissioner's Office. I noted that, you're due to come in on Thanksgiving Day, and I don't think either one of us are gonna be here. So, wondered if you and the mayor would like to come in on Tuesday the 26th at 10:30, for your regular monthly, updates. So, give us a call over here at the office, 419-674-2205, and let us know if that's good. Thanks, Cindy. Bye.
I'll get to work.
No, he made sure he was Zoom. Yes.
Are you guys okay if Richard comes in early?
Sure.
Gentlemen,
Good morning. Hi, Richard.
busy day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gonna have them put up your roof while I got the crane ready?
Boy, I thought about that.
At least on this side.
It'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they probably do.
It's an idea.
Trying by the hours.
Did your payroll deduction?
Okay, so yeah, as we know, there's a lot going on. You can see these guys are here. Natural's here. They didn't have any problems yesterday, staging their stuff or whatever. They had everything they needed to do. They say there's a lot of, handwork out here. They gotta keep moving stuff just to get it where it needed to be, but, so they're well on their way. And as for your information, it's a replacement of the low slope roof here at the courthouse. And that's all, none of the peaks, none of the copper is not getting replaced. It's just the lower, flatter parts of the roof. And that was awarded to Dan Schroeder, and they had a price of, they came in with a cost of $189,654.
Say that again.
$189,654.
189, 654. And what's the company name?
Dan Schroeder. DAMSCHRODER. Good?
Yep.
Good. Matt, now, on yesterday, I had a call waiting for me, and I called him back this morning, that, our hallway guy, or Pioneer Drywall,
Basement.
wants to go Monday.
You gonna be ready?
We might even have drywall in there Friday. That's why you see us working on everything downstairs right now. So yes, we should be ready. I do have, Guardian Alarm in tomorrow to move things that have to be moved as far as we know, there's a couple strobes and horns that need to be moved, and I think, and the keypad needs to be moved, you know, just temporarily until we get that stuff done and then put it back, so. So that's in, they should be in, taking care of that tomorrow. You guys already picked the floor and the wall colors or whatever, so I don't know if Doug would go ahead and start to order that stuff or not, but as far as the floor goes, I think we would. I had thought about us painting it ourselves, but then I did talk to Melanie Miller also about her painting it. And I got a little quote from her for $2,100 in just labor for her to paint everything that's in drywall. I don't know if that's something that we wanna consider, or,
That includes the primer and the top coats?
That's everything.
it doesn't. Well, is that what she normally does it?
Well, I mean, normally you prime your drywall before. you-
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm saying, as far as the cost of the paint, because you normally charge it to our account and we pay for it.
So the drywall
I
will be
think-
finished.
I mean, it calls for estimate to include priming walls and then 2 coats of emerald satin wall paint in the color that the girls picked. But I always thought that she billed us for the labor, and then the paint was put on our account from Sherwin-Williams. So the $2,100 I'm looking at is probably just labor.
Right, yeah.
So
So
the
who's-
2,100 would include the labor of a prime primer.
Yeah,
So who's finishing the drywall?
fine. He's gonna put it up and finish it.
They're mudding it, sanding it, okay. So it's ready to be primed for them to come in and prime.
With everything I've got, well, I kinda like to see Melody do,
Yeah.
go ahead and do it.
Well, I'm just trying to understand the steps there,
Understand?
as long as everything's covered, so.
Yeah, double check with her, see how if that includes paint or not.
Good.
Paint has got ridiculous in price.
Yeah, well, she's got it, she's got labor 2,100 and materials, emerald satin wall paint at 61.24 per gallon. Yeah, I know paint's, yeah, it's like everything else, it's crazy too. So. Okay, safety center, we haven't done much on that lately. We've been too busy with everything else, trying to get the lights taken care of and now this. So, I mean, we're in pretty good shape down there. We do have a door installed where the hole's cut. So we just need to finish up around that and trim around that and stuff like that. We still got some that to do, a little bit of electrical work and drop ceiling work. And then we can get to the wall and start painting and finish the painting and whatever there, so.
Phone's okay,
Pardon?
the phone's okay down there.
It should be. Chris said we should be able to get something out of that switch that's down there.
Okay.
You know, there's a big switch in Abe's office. To me, it looks like every port's taken. But he says a lot of them ports are going to basically nothing in that cafeteria, in that training room.
Okay.
So if we would pull one of them, they probably wouldn't even notice it, so. That kind of brings up something too. He said that when we ran these cameras here, the hub that's downstairs, that we, in the prosecutor's office, that we plugged these things into, there's no more ports in it. So. North Annex, they came and got all the records that the prosecutors and domestic relations had. All that big
For
stack,
disposal.
yeah, all that big stack of records is gone.
Good.
So it's been picked up by a shredding company, so that opens, I mean, I guess open that room up back to a full room again, so if we ever need it. But that's gone,
They approved somebody not long ago to put something there temporarily. Who was that?
Health department or family, children first, they had stuff they needed to
yeah, we
distribute.
first, we got them to do that, and then we actually put them in SKS because they came on a truck,
They needed a loading dock.
and it was easier with the loading dock, so. Speaking of SKS, and I guess I think the people from the, not so much vendors, but the electrical company they're using now is in today. Start trying to get that started, getting your figures, whatever, started wired here, so. I know at some point they have to go up and get them access to that, or that coaxial, we'll bring them here and start doing what they need to do. So, we kinda like have 3 projects going on here right now at the moment.
You're multi-talented.
Okay. I can just look at it, yeah, okay. Is that all? Yeah. Lights, we'll get them, it's gonna be tight, I think, for us, but we'll get them. I mean, the garland's already done. Garland's done, bows, and I don't know if you noticed the difference on the ends or not, since we got the new garland on the ends, since we, now we have 2 on each end instead of just 1 hanging there. The rest of the strands are out. they're laying out, they're ready to go, so, I mean, we have done that quick work, we got a few people that we could probably get most of these hung in a day's time, no problem. As far as stretched out and in place, that's not gonna happen in a day's time, but, you know, a couple days' time, we'll be all right, we can get that done, so. The annex should be no problem, it's a couple hours or an hour work, or something, we can get it done. So, and then all we have to do is worry about the reefs. So, and I don't see, it depends on how long the hallway takes us, this week to do, because we've got two smaller doors and a big door to do, and then as far as, I wanna kind of get everything, the ceiling tiles gone, and some of that stuff, some of the walls is gonna have to kind of go hang up in the ceiling area for a while, until we get the walls finished, and then, so. I'm hoping it's not gonna take us all week, but, you know, we'll try what we can do, we can try, I mean, we can do only so much, and we'll go from there. So, move on to the next.
Good.
Do we know how long the crane's gonna be out here?
Could be just today. I was thinking that's what it was just today, we're gonna have some stuff that's left out there, like the plywood, we're gonna go ahead and leave out there. But it's gonna be, you know, picked up and put all over one spot, and then roped off so that, you know, nobody get into it or whatever, so.
The impression I got was they were gonna have the crane here multiple days, because they've got to haul, waste material off the roof.
Yeah, but I don't think it was the day after day, I think it was gonna come back.
Oh, okay.
Because, I mean, they will have to come back, especially when they haul material up to the other side of the road, this is just for this side. And, so, but I didn't think day after day, and he didn't say anything about it, we already talked this morning. He didn't say anything about it coming back tomorrow, so.
We'll just be surprised every morning.
Yeah.
So, I guess looking forward to the parade, the caboose cannot sit here.
I don't think it's gonna be possible,
Okay.
no.
So is the caboose not gonna be, is it just gonna be a storage issue or gonna be someplace?
That's up to whoever, the city or Quanah or, I mean, what's the line.
Lines, yeah.
They might have to
I mean,
find an alternate.
it's sat out here before, like on the north side and stuff, it's sat along the street before. It hasn't done that before.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way we could get it on the,
Right.
there's no way we can get on the west side or east side, so, at least not right now anyway.
Okay.
Unless they fill that, if they somehow fill that void in where the pavers or whatever it's gonna be, then you might be able to get up in there, but.
Currently, we can't put it around the square.
Because we don't know what, and they're gonna have to come back with the crane, and it's not gonna be, you can't be in there with the crane, because we need to be there, so.
To work on alternate location. Okay, that was my question.
Anything else? That's all I think I got.
Sounds like you got enough.
Yeah, it sounds like you.
I'm trying to get loaded up too for, you know, so December doesn't come here and I can't spend any more money and I'm not finished with my project, so I'm trying to get things ahead of time and get that stuff around so that we can just keep moving, so.
Yeah, get with Mike on when he's shutting down finances.
And hopefully I'll have everything before December gets here and won't have to worry about it.
Yep, there you go.
Like I just bought, over the weekend, I just bought probably all the trail money for every door downstairs. Just so, you know, we've got it, this year we can do it. And a couple things for down the safety center or whatever, so. I need to work on that job, we got stuff, and we just go do it.
Good.
All right. Thanks, Richard.
Yep. Joe, anything?
Sounds like a lot, Richard. Good luck.
We'll handle it. Make sure it doesn't help. Of course, I I could probably call her right now if you guys didn't care, and I could ask her about that pay.
That'd answer the question.
If she answers the phone. Good morning, I got a question for you, and you're on speakerphone.
Yeah.
For the painting of the hallway.
Yeah.
The $2,100 is just, your labor, correct?
That's the labor, correct.
And you always, when you get the paint, you always put it on our account, right, and you pay that separately?
Well, that's how we've been doing it, but we can do it either one, either way, but it's set up with you guys at Sherwin-Williams that there's no tax on there already. So it works out easier if, it's okay to put it on the commissioners because there's no tax set up. I have a charge account there, but I don't have the no tax set up.
Right.
So that's just kind of why I think we've been doing it originally, but.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so the 2,100 is just for the priming and the painting of the walls. I did try to figure it high, but that's without materials. And that's before he puts in the baseboard and the flooring.
Right, and you always charge us what you actually run into, right?
Yeah, I just do it by the hour. So when I give you an estimate, it's just strictly an estimate. It's not a quote project. So I think all the projects I've done for you in the last, year or so at least, it's always come in under, but I just try to figure it on the high side in case I run into something.
Right, yep.
But whatever's billed is just for the time worked. It's $35 an hour. So
Okay.
whatever is worked is what's billed.
Okay, I think that's what we needed to know.
Yep.
Okay,
So we needed to know.
perfect.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Who was that just now on the phone?
Melody Miller.
What company?
Herself.
Herself, yeah.
Herself, okay.
So, do we wanna do that or not?
It's okay with me.
Yep. We lost our clerk. Hang on just a second.
Thank you.
I need it done.
She's having puppies in this next week or so, if you don't want to show.
Do I have a motion?
I have a motion to, what's name of the entity?
Melody Miller,
Melody Miller,
$2,100.
$2,100 to the big town basement. Hallway. On the hallway.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Roger,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
Fred.
Yes.
NO2.
All right, thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah,
Need anything, you find me around here somewhere.
yeah, we won't bother you. You got a lot of work to do.
Oh, now I gotta move I put the radio guys downstairs in the, meeting room downstairs, because they needed an area a little spread out a little bit, and then Brad comes in and says, oh, I got that room at 11 o'clock. So now I gotta find something else for them.
I don't think, that lady is here from New York Life or whoever booked Vets Hall, so I think they can have Vets Hall. That's why I turned on the lights, but I don't,
Okay.
nobody's showed up.
I have half of it at least.
Yeah, they at least back over here. Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
You give me a copy of that? You can give me a copy of that?
One copy of it?
I feel like I'm at the dentist.
Yeah. Got the grill going.
Sounds like an elephant out there.
I did. No way around it. I'm aware of it. I forgot, I do remember something now.
I couldn't get rid of him.
Somebody actually mentioned something out there and it made me think. I sent you an email a couple weeks ago about our old phone system, the Mitel system. We had our own gov deals twice and it's never went anywhere. What do we wanna do with it? I mean, it's, you know,
Just dispose of it.
3 or 4 consoles, whatever,
Has no value.
bunch of telephones.
Tried getting some out of them and tried twice.
Okay. So just get rid of it.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll be able to do a resolution to dispose of equipment with no value, because it's,
That's the Mitel system.
any of it tagged.
You have to check. And the phones aren't gonna be, but the
Yeah.
computer system, whatever themselves might be. So, if so, we'll make sure we get them out of inventory.
Yep.
I've got three of them, one from here, one from engineers, one from West Annex.
Is there one from the sheriff's office?
No, I don't think they ever. No, I don't know if they did. Did they ever make it that far into that system?
I don't know.
I'm not sure about.
I would move that, Richard be authorized to dispose of the Mitel phone system and all of its components, as it has no value. We've attempted to sell it twice and it's gotten no bids.
Second?
Fred,
Yes.
Roger,
Yes.
Tim,
Yes.
There you go, Richard.
Mitel 5000, MITEL. Okay, now we.
That's actually Kirk.
That's Kirk. That's
Yeah.
Kirk. That's Kirk.
Dad wouldn't let me hear the end of it on that weekend, so.
So what was that again, Alan?
That was at the Kroger liquidation sale.
Right. That's Kirk Shepherd.
That's Kirk Shepherd, his brother, Mark's brother.
Okay. Mark isn't here.
Mark wasn't there.
How'd that go?
The guy told me they had a decent turnout. I don't know, they were just getting rid of shelves and
Who was putting
store
it on?
fixtures. I have no idea. It was just some guy for some liquidation company. No idea. Tried looking it up, didn't get anything.
Roger. Yeah, what's up, bro? Good. This cell. Oh, okay. Very. Yep, I'm the one to call, so, we've got a little bit of lull, I'll step over and pick that up here. If you're in there right now, I'll come and get it. Okay, I'll be over shortly. Thanks. Bye. Go over and pick up the weighted banner.
Yeah, we cannot, we can never forget that.
Right. I told you I found that movie finally, didn't I? I told you I finally found that movie.
Oh, did you really?
There's one more over the power.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, so a couple weeks, she was asking about the roof, I'm like, well, as long as it doesn't rain, they can do it pretty quick.
Everybody coming with you today? No, we're ready.
Oh, okay, perfect. Thank you.
Hey, come on in.
Good morning.
See?
Good to see you.
Hello.
Sorry, I can't
Your
just-
hand are
I
cold.
know, it's chilly out there. No, nice to see you, congratulations on
Good.
your new post.
Have a seat.
Thank you.
What do you have for us today?
So I just wanted to stop in and say hello and let you know things are, kind of moving into the next stages, kind of final, setup on our end. We, as you are aware, have already been working on several, surveys, all the diligence work that needs to be done. We've still been working with a few landowners, working on agreements. So the original, Panther Creek layout kind of landed, almost half and half, well, maybe not half, maybe 3/4 and half and a quarter to Hale Township and Taylor Creek. This is now kind of shifting more all inclusive on Taylor Creek side. So I just wanted to show you an updated map, and give you an idea of where the layout is going to be. I only got 2, I'm sorry, I should have got 3. But that's kind of just the general, look of where the landowners are supporting and interested in being a participant in the project. So just wanted to keep you up to
So the
date.
green areas.
The green areas, correct. And I know I had spoken with Mr. Bacon about, providing some listings of, parcel ID numbers once we get to that point, so that he can give you a sense of, how many parcels and total dollars of, for the revenue portion and having to work with the schools, et cetera.
So the green areas are you done signing up people?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the final.
That's fine.
That should be
Right.
final layout, yes, correct.
And that is approximately how many acres?
Total about 1,800, if I remember correctly. Yeah,
Which is kind of
what we had
I had,
originally,
the estimate was,
yes, correct.
and again, it was, for a total of 110 megawatt,
This will be closer to 140.
140 megawatt. The land area that you have identified in green, is that all part of the Ridgemont School District?
There are a few parcels that would be in Ben Logan. So it's really just a matter of wanting to get you up to speed on what that new layout's going to look like, and our intent is to continue to work with folks throughout the next several months, and then we will, start, presenting the project in terms of public information meetings, and, sitting down with all of you as you have the time to chat more about other details on it.
I'm sorry, I just want to verify that Panther Creek entity
Yes,
is 140 as opposed to 250?
correct, it has reduced in size.
So it's about half of what it was originally
Correct.
proposed at.
Mhm.
Why is that?
Just the changing in the, land, agreements, mostly, we had additional, landowners who were interested. But one of the original property owners who had signed an agreement had a second thought at the time of extending his contract, so they chose not to continue on, which eliminated our ability to reach a few of the others that were, adjacent to that.
How long before you think you'll, be, filing your application with the Ohio Sighting Board?
We would expect next summer,
Next summer?
This coming summer?
yes.
Once filed, when would you anticipate starting to proceed working on?
Well, I guess a lot of that depends on how quickly the permit is, or certificate is issued. I would hope that we would have an answer by the end of '26 from the Ohio Power Sighting Board. It usually takes anywhere from 1 year to
You would
18
hope to
months.
have it by when?
The end of 2026. It does take quite some time to get through that permitting process from the information we've been receiving. Now, it can go faster.
So you intend to file by the summer of 25
Right,
with an answer by the end of 26?
correct. That is the expected timeline, but again, if things go well, it could go faster.
Over a year.
It does take over a year, yes. Generally, that's what we're seeing.
Okay.
That updates some of our paperwork. We had 250 megawatts, I think, so it's 140.
It's not one.
And that for Mike to start figuring things for pilot.
Yes, right.
Good.
And I'll coordinate with him as well, and just make sure he knows, who's involved and the number of parcels and that. Are there any other things here happening in the county that, you're hearing in terms of, any of the solar developments, or is this still the only one?
Well, I think there's always someone interested. We're contact quite often. Some go away, some don't. But,
Some started and we haven't heard from in quite a while.
Okay. Okay.
And, yeah, so, but we're kind of the last of the big ones so far. I mean, it's in more than just talking to people and things.
Right. Sounds good.
So far, it's, I guess, keep going.
Right, right.
I mean, that's,
current projects are doing okay and everything's.
yeah,
going
we,
well?
solar one's completed, solar 2 and 3 are soon to be completed, and then there's, Solar Ridge, which is under the, or with the turbine company.
Right, right.
So, they're all moving forward, so.
Right,
Different phases, you're kind of the tail end now, I think
that's right.
the solar wind just got their, what do you call it, boilerplate or whatever, from the PUCO.
Okay,
So,
they're official.
they're, you know, ready to go with the PUCO, start on that. I'm looking at the state high power sitting board, siting board, I should say. You're kinda next. Yep, you're next on the agenda here. So it's all changed yours. We had yours down as 250, and now it's one. It's at, as of today's date, I guess, officially for us.
Right, you can see there's always this slight chance things can change if additional landowners all of a sudden change their mind, but at the moment, that's what.
Yeah, okay.
That's what we're planning.
Sounds
to do.
good.
There's no plan on it being reduced any further than I'm assuming.
Correct,
Okay. You would say at 140 or maybe a little bit higher.
correct, yes.
Like this, we can make copies of these, so each one of us have one.
I can bring up my other one.
We can copy them off ours.
You have it, okay.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll be reaching out to folks at the township, you know, to talk to them a little bit more about things and the layout for them as well, just so they're
Yeah.
on the loop. Haven't had a chance to connect with them just yet. However, I'm sure will be interested.
Yeah.
Yep. And have you, talked any more about the, Ridgemont School bond?
Yes, we have
Issue.
met with the superintendent, treasurer, and, the school board, president. So we discussed how that's been structured for other programs or other school districts that have had a similar type of bond in place. And, you know, they were very receptive to the idea of working with us on that, so I think we'll be able to work with them to craft a way for those funds to be certain that they are not going to be redirected to the other non-participating.
Good. That was, I think, the big concern with this project.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, that was like the bond issues.
Yes, absolutely.
That's
Totally
good.
understand that. Yep,
But again, this entity is willing to work with that.
absolutely,
Good.
yes.
I don't know how that will change it, since the footprint's a little smaller, may not affect as many, exempting as many as it would have.
That's correct, it will not.
Actually, yeah, so. That might help or hurt either way. I don't know.
Hopefully help.
I think it will help,
Right.
that just, it's not such a large amount being
That's right.
exempted.
That's right,
So,
exactly, right.
that's good. That's good.
Well, appreciate you coming in with
Yes,
the
thank you
updates.
for taking a few minutes to chat with me and let me get you up to speed on all of that. We'll keep you posted as we're doing things into next year,
Yep,
all the way through.
some of
Hope
us
you
will
enjoy
be.
the holidays.
Yeah,
Yes. Ready for retirement.
I am, yeah.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Appreciate it.
All right, thank you again, have a great day.
Yeah,
Enjoy
take
the
warm up a
holidays
little
if I
bit.
don't see you. What's that?
You said your hand
A
warmed
little
a little
warmed
bit.
up, yes, nice and toasty in here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Nice to meet you. Lorraine Bergman.
Take care.
Could I also have a copy of that map?
Sure, this one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, once you're done making all the
yeah,
copies.
okay, hang on, did she? Whoever wants them.
Hey Roger, would it be possible to be added to the agenda at this time for an actual real business item? It would be fairly short.
We wanna do that right now? Yep, you got a agenda item.
Yeah, just to see.
Do you have an extra? Oh, thanks.
And you each got one.
I didn't get.
He didn't get one.
Tori,
Uh-huh,
I'll just give him mine.
okay.
Joe's got one.
Yeah.
I don't-
Joe's got one, okay, thank you.
You ready, Cory? So with these, solar developments, I'm just asking for the alternative energy zone that you guys signed us up for. When did you guys sign us into that? The AEZ?
That was before any of us were in, and that was rescinded before any of us were in.
They already resent, cause I thought we were still in and,
Nope. We rescinded that, or they did, before I got into office.
how would I confirm that? Would that be through?
It's been in the minutes,
But it still states.
at least 2016, maybe.
Do you know where that goes?
419, because that's all I can.
Do you know where that's filed, Tim, since you're the solar guy? Who that would go through? No?
That, I don't,
You
I
know
don't
anything
know
about it?
exactly where, I know that it was rescinded. I know that they had set a countywide energy zone
Right,
and a set pilot. And then before the first one came in, they rescinded that.
and then made it up,
And went
And that's
case
why-
by case,
right, so that's why you guys get to choose the pilots
yes.
as they come in. And then, as far as the townships coming, I think it's in the paperwork interest to do it all at once, to do a countywide,
We-
restricted zone.
We respond when a township sends in their paperwork.
Okay. Cause I know Dudley's already in process, and the rest of them will be behind Dudley, but, just something,
If we were gonna, if they all wanted to do it, they should all put in their paperwork at once, but it won't happen that way. We'll just have to do it, do them as they come.
right? Well, cause I think there's a lot, do you know, with like the prosecutor's office, if there's a fair amount of paperwork that goes along with it, or what that process is, that
There's a
on
whole-
your side?
There's a whole process that's set out on required
Well, they have
hearings,
hearings
required
and-
dates. Yep, it's not a quick process.
No, well, that's why it's like, if you can get as many as you can at once, it saves you guys a lot of work.
Yep.
And effort.
It's just based on their direction.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And then I did have an additional question on the sheriff levy. I think there was a lot of confusion when that went on, and I didn't know who wrote those. I knew they'd come through.
The state of Ohio writes those. They changed that law a couple, 3 years ago about the way the wording had to be in the levy.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys sponsor it, to put it on, cause there's cost involved for it to
We
be
have,
on the
we have
ballot.
to approve it to go on the, but we have to approve the language that the state gives us. We can't change the language.
Right. Well, it's unfortunate, cause it's pretty confusing.
Yeah, there's an opportunity for you to contact state representatives and state senators and get that changed.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
It is confusing.
Alright, that was really all I had.
Okay,
Thanks.
next thing on the agenda, the Keep Hardin County Beautiful lunch.
Correct.
Okay.
So all these green areas are in the Taylor Creek Township, right?
There are some in Hale,
In Hale Township?
and I can't tell you based on that map where the township line is. Took me a while to figure out exactly where those properties were, but I think I finally figured it out.
I'm looking over your shoulder, Joe.
Compare it on that map on the table of the townships. Trying to sit out and draw a line around.
But basically all these properties.
The tax map office could probably make it
270.
clear for you.
Gotcha.
These are houses,
I would assume, yeah.
are we all covered up?
Areas in between.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of easements to run. There's gonna be a lot of easements required to run underground power.
There's some other here. Landlord. Some way over here,
But
I think.
And this
Wait,
is this is the Panther Creek project? Which is the same as Pine Gate.
I think Pine Gate Renewables is the company,
they're the same.
our project is called Panther Creek.
Well, so Tim, this is an, older one. And it's like, are these the same? I mean, I don't see,
You don't have any true land masses to go by, so you'd have to just wait till it comes out.
Yeah.
that angle.
Because you can't
I
really.
don't even see where it's.
It has a division based on.
I had before that.
I'll talk to the
That's the capital.
Maps to see if they can break this down for me.
So Ryan or Nathan, and they can help you.
Nathan's my guy.
Okay. They'll talk to you too.
Yeah, this is what we had before today.
Is this, do you think this is
That's south.
here, this angle here?
This is 68.
Oh, that's 68.
That little blue dot.
Find 68 on these maps and
So south of 200.
tie them together.
So by and large, this is all Hale by and large.
Yeah.
That's your main dividing line, isn't it, on the townships?
Yeah, I know, I don't see.
It's their township all is right there.
No. This is 68, so it's down
Yeah.
in here.
So,
If it's. $220 and $130. This is the old one here.
Yep.
I think it shows the improved a little bit.
This is, cause see, this one's, cause it's not in front of Mount Victory anymore. You're saying it's moved clear over here.
No, Ridgeway's right here. It's never been by Mount Victor.
Oh.
It's always been Ridgeway over. So it's like up here.
This thing used to be on top of Nathan.
Yeah. Taylor Creek and Hale.
Well, look at that.
New solar.
More solar? Clean them up? Should be so,
Richard?
As I go along, I remember things, I'm not very prepared as much as I thought I was today. Just an idea. As we're remodeling the basement. Oh, getting rid of the 3 water fountains and getting 1 new one. With bottle fill, whatever.
You should probably check with Amy and see if they've got any wellness money left. Cause I think we bought one of those with wellness.
Yeah, we have, I don't think there is, from what Deb told me before. She left. They're running about $1,500 these days, they were about 1,000. But, and it'd have to be, I think it's too, I looked at it before. Everything's too tight to do everything right there, you know, one right there where everything's at right now. It'd be easier to build a little bump out and put it there, it gives me more room to work with the plumbing and everything in behind there. Cause I don't think, yeah, well, I couldn't put it at, handicap height because of the plumbing. Cause the plumbing's too high, the drain's too high.
Oh, okay.
But still, that's just an idea.
We have a handicap height one down there, don't we?
Yeah,
Yeah.
do that or put the one back we got. Stick it on the wall. Just an idea, just a thought.
Yep.
I don't know how that works. I'll know a little bit more once, they gotta come off the wall anyways,
Yeah.
so I'll know a little bit more when they get them off.
Yeah.
How many get down?
Well, there's 3 out there now, but one handicap, one kid height. At least the one kid height is the size of the regular one, so. But anyway, so I'll know more when I get off this week, later on this week too.
How old are those, do you know?
They've been here since I've been here.
Well, that's a standard answer.
Well, that's all I can tell you. They're that old, they're at least 20 years old.
See what you got when you stick them off the wall. I hate to see more framing out.
Yeah.
Don't wanna narrow up the hallway any more than we have to.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Coax guys got their coax, so we're gonna start running that now, so they have their plan of attack, so.
Okay. As long as they have a plan.
I have a plan, man. Oh, 73. Actually, it's farther away from Ridgeway.
looks like it's moved way south, isn't it?
To 68, between 273 and 68, a little bit on the other side, so it's hard to put these two maps together.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
Cause this one doesn't have the whole county roads, and this one does. Yeah, it looks like it's all shifted away from Ridgeway. One's a lot larger than the other. So I don't, of course, here they go.
That,
You know, this,
that matches up with
this and this match.
that.
Okay.
There.
This triangle right here, or piece,
Yep,
matches up.
they've definitely shifted
So
to the west.
yeah, that's the center on the new one. Over here, it's clear on the left-hand side.
Well, I will see you gentlemen at the luncheon.
Sounds good.
Nice to have entertainment.
It is. Like a puzzle.
Okay.
Here's a reference to, between the two maps. Circle here is the same as here. So see, the whole thing has shifted
Yeah, the whole thing.
from here,
To the west.
crossing to 68,
Yep.
and then going away from Ridgeway.
And going away from, yep.
See, here's Ridgeway. Ridgeway's not even on this one. But this is 68, and this is 68. But that piece of land is the same piece of land there. So that's kinda how you, this one's,
Well, yeah, and you have the little star or the sun there. That would be the same, wouldn't it?
but I think that's even moved, hasn't it?
I don't think so.
No, maybe not. No, they're the same. Let's see, it's moved more to west of this star than this was more, or this was more west, this is more east. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing is shifted kind of up. See, Ridgeway is clear down here.
Well, if you go off this,
Well,
right, it would be these here.
yep, it's going across 68.
Yeah.
Probably off of this map. This chunk here isn't even on here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a pretty big chunk.
And I'll have to get the map guy to
What, so the Dudley Township, they have the transmission site, but they don't have a project associated with their transmission site over there that you know of? Do you, would Dudley, let's see. Do you know if there's one in the county over? So like Lynn, if they had solar panels, would hook up with McDonald. Do you know if there's panels over there that are gonna come over?
I don't know what's over.
We don't know, we have not been notified of that.
Yeah, there is a transmission site in here though, somewhere, right? That would have gone through the PJM.
No,
You don't have, well, you don't see those until,
Yeah.
you don't see them until they go to the OPSB, right?
Not until the PUCO starts there,
Right,
so
right.
then we get involved as an ad hoc. And if it's in our county, we only know about our county, other than that state site.
Yeah,
As far as I know, there's nothing in Dudley.
well, I think,
There's, as far as solar now,
well, I think they have a transmission
and they
site.
may have a transmission line, but who knows what it's for.
Well,
Could be electricity, but it could be any electricity.
let me see here.
If they had battery storage, I would say that was more a collection for, but
Yeah, so it says, January of 21, the PJM and F&I 250 megawatts, but they're not in the, so it
but
would,
what is it for?
well, it'd be just that, the transmit, you know, where they actually have to buy the land to put the,
Right.
yeah. So that's why I was wondering if there's not maybe panels coming over here or the project's over here and they're just going to hook in there in Dudley, but that's what I don't understand is the high power lines come down this way. You know, why they're,
Well, they can move as far away of those as they want, it just costs more.
right, they just have to get
Yeah.
all the way
It
down
all costs money.
there. Yeah, but, you know, like this one came down, right, so here's the Taylor Creek, it's come down half. And supposedly, I don't know, there are leaseholders down on the other side of Taylor Creek that could feed into that one, but, I don't know.
But if the township can choose to petition to
Yep.
close a township or part of a township,
It's dependent upon the township.
Yeah, I
and you
think,
can even close areas of townships that already have solar. If you already have a solar farm like Solar One, but the rest of the township wants to close
right,
down their township, they can
Cut it
petition
out.
for that.
right, make it like an industrial zone type thing.
So, but we haven't had any official
Was there,
requests for that. So.
Was there something, I was reading something where it talked about, you can't, do you have any, like with the manufacturing, I mean, as far as like their construction, like once they do construction, that you're allowed to say, or they're not allowed to do construction?
If it's already went through permitting a PUCO, they'd have to stop it. I mean, we could go to them and say, we don't want it, but I don't know if you can stop what's already been permitted.
Yeah, it was just, I was just,
Because once it goes through their process, they're permitted to do it. We'd have to pass a resolution or something,
yeah, it just had, it,
try to stop it, but
it's the, whatever your manual is, the commissioner manual.
Senate Bill 52.
No, it's this.
Yeah, it's that man. Yeah, that's a.
And it was just talking in the beginning about a construction thing, and that's all further I got on it. but it's confusing, so. But anyways, well, hopefully, do you know if the PJM's taking any more applications? Cause they kinda put a hold on it.
I don't know,
I don't know.
yeah.
But this is the last of the ones that you're aware of.
That's yes, that's the ones that we know of far, going that far.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just rumors. They haven't approached us.
Right.
I mean, this.
Well, so if they're under 50, they don't have to come up here.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Which that's kinda doing a bunch of little 50s so that you can tie in easily is kind of the new trend.
I don't know if they can do that or not. They could try it. PUCO will probably step in and go, you're now combined. Cause they all have to bring their source back to something.
Right. Right.
Unless they had separate companies. I don't know. They probably could, but.
Yeah, it's just, there's no, I guess the idea that there's no limit to say you put a under 50 here and under 50 here, right? Even if there are different companies.
Right.
Right, you can butt them up, so it looks big, but they're really just smaller kind of things, but.
It would depend on, I guess, well, see, the PUCO regulates all the power that goes, well, then it goes to the national PJ something. It's the national grid for this.
Yeah, that's the PJM.
Yeah. They would see it. I would think they would catch it when it all, nothing gets put on there without their permission.
Yeah, yeah.
So they would see it one way or another, and then whether they want to stop it or not.
I bet you
Yeah.
could get some from maintenance, so.
That's why it gets confusing sometimes.
Oh, it is super confusing. But that's how regulations go.
Oh,
Yeah, it's too bad that it has gone away from Ridgemont, because it's like of any of the schools, Ridgemont could benefit from that pilot.
they're pretty glad,
Yeah,
because the bond issue, the school bond issue.
but is that a school, is that a school issue? I mean, it'd make the,
That's a school bond.
no, I mean, like, the school's still gonna get their bond. It just would make all their people mad, because now the weight's all on different property taxes, right? So, I mean, yeah, it's pretty,
People inside of Ridgeway will pay more bond,
right,
because those outside of the project are,
yeah. Yeah,
but you have to raise so much of a dollars. The bonds, when they're passed, say $1 million.
right,
It passes for $1 million, and it's spread out over all the people in the area. When you exempt it with pilot, they're not exempt anymore, or they're exempt, and the people who was living there when the bond passed now have to pay the same $1 million. Now they're all paying a larger percent,
one,
or the ones that aren't exempt.
yeah, one, did you guys look at, like, if you didn't do the pilot, and they kept it in,
Yeah, it's in that book.
yeah, that it's, you get more out of having the pilot than if it was
In the end, yes.
industrial.
There's kind of a chart in there that'll show you the two different ways where they pass each other. About halfway through, they pass each other and the pilot's more.
And are we guaranteed the pilot for the 30 years?
Yeah, state guarantees.
Now, if they decommission?
Well, not 30 years, it's how long, yeah, they're in operation. There's no guarantee other than the years they're in operation.
Right, so we would be subject, as far as the county, to
They
that
could do it.
pilot is.
They could do it 5 years and pull out, and then goes
Well,
back,
then, and then you don't have that.
goes back to property.
Do you know when like, if you're a leaseholder, everything is the same until they start construction, right?
Until Mike changes their property tax.
So they.
And that doesn't happen till the project's completely finished.
Right, but I'm saying, like, if you put your farmland in, you know, in the contract, and like solar
Solar 3 right now, right? Cause they're gonna start construction on Solar 3.
They've already started,
They've already started,
a long time ago.
oh, yeah.
Majority of it is just about complete
For number 3,
for solar three.
yeah. But how long before do the landowners have to stop farming? Or is it when they sign the lease, they stop farming?
That's between them
Yeah,
and the entity.
Those
I-
are
we
all
don't know
private
that.
contracts, we have nothing to do with them.
You would have to go and talk to a landowner.
oh, yeah, but the zoning, the taxes don't change until it actually goes online. Is when the property tax would come out.
Until Mike, PUCO does their process, gives them the permit. Then it goes to the Department of Development. Until they give Mike on a January 1 of a year,
Right.
the permit, or boilerplate, or whatever you wanna call it, to change the taxes, they just stay property tax and we get no pilot.
Right, and then that would be the same on the reverse end, that if they go through a decommission, right, then it would have to wait till the beginning of the year to be switched back.
Couldn't answer it.
Oh, I know.
We've never got that far.
Right, right, but theoretically, that would be,
Yeah.
if, you know, depending on
Are
wherever
you
they get it.
anticipating a decommission?
No, it's just trying
It
to,
sounds like you were in your question.
no, I just
Okay,
like,
I just wanna make it clear.
yeah,
I wanna make it clear.
I just am trying to understand, you know, a start to a finish
Yeah.
kind of process, and, you know, it's,
I guess none of us know for sure the end.
We don't.
Other than they say they're gonna operate for so many years, and those were signing contracts with farmers.
Yeah.
Or not picking on farmers, but whoever the property owner is, I should say.
But they would be the ones that would know, because they would have signed the contract with them.
yeah, yeah.
So, you know, find out, that'd be a good idea, find out.
See, they don't record them in the courthouse, so we don't know what their contracts are.
Yeah.
Right.
So each individual landowners sign totally different contracts than the guy next to him.
Yeah.
And those are private only the companies know what deal they cut with that farmer,
And
or
that's
that
fine,
landowner, I should say.
that's fine.
So we don't know, we just know pilot.
The other evening, I was at the Lynn Township
Yeah.
meeting with you, you'd indicate 15 years.
Well, that was not on the contract, that the solar panels typically last that 15 years. So they would have to come in and update, you know, as solar panels, you know, kind of, you know, if they have a trouble, you know, you're gonna replace them. So so it's that 15 years that the solar panels are gonna be
Okay.
replaced and put in. So it's not,
Because I got the impression, I think others did too, that the entire project was only 15 years. From what you were talking.
Well, it would be different.
Instead of 30 years.
well, that would, if you're signing a contract for 30 years, that's the contract.
But the way you were talking, I got the impression, and maybe others did too, instead of 30 years, you're saying 15 years.
Well, that would be up to the solar panels, if they
But-
wanted to
but-
replace those.
But when you were talking, I got that impression.
Well, you
That's
might
what-
have.
That's what you were saying.
You know,
So,
Yeah.
and if I got that impression, I'm concerned that others may have gotten the same impression. Don't know. Okay, we'll
Well,
find
I
out.
mean, you know,
We'll find out.
it's a, you know, it's just like the chart where he says, you know, there's a point in time when a pilot goes and, you know, an industrial tax goes, right? So, I mean, it's just a projection of any of the things.
All that I'm saying is,
Mhm.
when listening to you, I got the impression that that time period was 15 years. And it sounds like that's not your indication whatsoever.
Well, I think what
That
happens
sounds
is that
like
it's
what you're
really,
saying now, it's really 30 years.
well, there's 3 different parts, right? So you have your contract, right? So you may have signed whatever the contract is of a 30 years, right? That's the agreement between the landowners and the company, right? Now you have a completely separate question as far as the life and health of solar panels, which they have the right to change in and adjust however they want, right? So there's an understanding that typically solar panels last 15 to 20 years. That doesn't affect your contract, that affects them replacing and updating their solar field.
And then replace it and then keep the entity going.
That's right. Then you have a third thing, like these are all independent of each other. Then you have that third piece where they can decommission when they feel it's necessary, and that's anywhere along the length of their contract. So there's really three, and I think it gets really hard when to be able to separate those, because it's like, well, you say contract, but you're really meaning panels, or you're saying panels, and but there's really those three pieces that are pretty independent of each other, because they can all play in at different points in time. And I think that's what you try to get across, that it's like you have those three things, and how that all plays out is unknown at this point. It's really
And
unknown.
all those can change for someone. Efficiency of solar panels, it may be, they're outdated in 3 years.
Yeah,
So then in 10 years or 15 years, it's
yeah,
3 years they're coming back and replacing it.
yeah, you know, so
Who
it's,
knows, with the
Yeah.
way they're developing them, I think they're shorter lived, or will be, just because of the efficiency. I think the solar farms will get smaller and smaller, because as the panel gets more efficient, they don't need as many, and they're
Oh, right.
only allowed to produce so much energy
right,
on each farm. They're permitted for 150 megawatts, or 100 watts, or 140. So if newer panels takes less
yeah, so
to
if
produce
they come
that
in,
same,
you know, they hypothetically could come in at their 15 years and say, these are the panels, but now we have more efficient panels, they could put those in. So, I mean, there's so many variables that you don't know until it actually happens, what's actually gonna happen, but,
That's a
it's
whole
hard,
new world.
learning how to talk about it and differentiate those three levels, I think, is an important and step. And so if there was a misunderstanding in the meeting, learning how to differentiate those is important.
I was hearing you, and I was hearing you say, in my thinking, that you're thinking the decommission will be coming in 15 years.
Oh, no, I don't know that was,
Yeah, well, that's how I interpret it.
right, no.
That's how, and if I interpret it, I'm questioning if somebody else interprets it anyway,
Yeah, well, and
which is wrong.
they're free to do their own research. I mean, I don't know that anybody said anything definitive, that, it's just a matter of putting the opinions out there, having it be known. You have to do your own research, because it's such a big thing, so. But I mean, I do feel, and what I heard you say in the meeting the other day is that, commissioners are very open to going at the direction of the townships, whichever way they go.
And we've been that way all along.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that way all along.
So, that's just good
But
to
the
know.
township has to come forward.
Yes, yeah, and it sounds like there's some interest in doing that, and
But what
really,
you're saying about doing the whole county, it'd have to be all the townships collectively.
well, doesn't necessarily have to be that way. I'm just saying that it creates less paperwork and hardship for you guys.
It has to go the right way.
Well, no, I know.
Which is all.
Well, yeah, no, you have to get a resolution from each township, so however many resolutions you get, I was just saying, it's in your best interest to kind of group those together, because then you're doing it all together, because doing them one here and one there and one there, it would be a nightmare, that'd be a nightmare, so, yeah, it's totally up to them, it's their resolutions,
That's true.
so, yeah.
And I'm assuming that the resolution coming to us from the township that township would like to see that in place as soon as possible.
There's definitely some of those feelings.
Yeah, so I would say that instead of holding those up to get more, to make it more efficient, is probably not the right thing to do.
Well, talking with, Mark Schwimmer, right? They got Dudley in kinda early, but now there's a huge waiting period for the regional planning. So there's a waiting time for regional planning for the under 50 stuff. So that, nothing of that will happen until February. So I mean, there is kind of a gap for some of it.
I'm sorry, I thought we were talking over 50.
Oh, yeah, the over 50,
Okay, so we're still talking over 50.
yeah,
Okay, thank you.
yeah.
I was getting confused.
No, it is, but, you know, they're all working on their own timeline, so, you know, you only meet once a month. Makes it hard, so, anyways, well, I'll let you guys.
Okay. We're just waiting for lunch.
Right.